Hey, welcome back, everybody. Those of you who may or may not know, we experienced a loss last month, and it has been and still is very challenging. So, while processing this and going through these feelings and feeling these feelings best I can, I want to share some of these videos out. Hopefully, it helps someone, bring someone comfort. But last month, unfortunately, we lost my dad, and it's been rough. It's been rough. It's been challenging, like I said earlier. And I can remember hearing about other people and their losses, family members and whatnot, and always saying things like, "I'm sorry for your loss," or offering condolences, of course. And then you actually experience something like this, with it being a parent, it makes you, or puts you in a place where you can really, truly understand the feeling of empathizing for somebody. To this point, this is one of the toughest losses that I've experienced. You know, of course, my dad passing, his mom passing. Um, Sometime before that, these are some of the greatest losses. And with him being his loss being so recent, it's affected me in so many different ways. I found myself Googling how long grief lasts, actually. And the answer I got, I didn't like it at all, because, you know, what I was told is that it can take a lifetime. And I definitely understand better now when people say they're still sad about somebody that they lost years and years ago, because it's unfortunate. You know, it just sucks all around. And grief is one of those things where it doesn't just show up at the best time for you. It shows up when it feels like it. Like they say, it comes in waves. One episode I had was listening to the Isley Brothers, the song Journey to Atlantis. And when it got to the chorus, I just could not take it. So I'm breaking down, trying to hold it in. I have my daughters in the car, so I'm trying to hurry up and get them to ballet and gymnastics and all that stuff. But those moments are just rough. So, you know, I encourage you to feel your feelings as best you can, and do them in a healthy way, because naturally, when people get sad, or they going through things, or they grieving, they want to turn to the bottle, they want to turn to alcohol or other substances. But it's healthy to feel that pain, speak to somebody, something that I'm struggling with. I'm here talking to y'all, and this is not easy, but talk to someone, and you know, just try to grieve best you can, and try to end on a positive. For me, I can always end on some of my dad's funny stories, you know, and he was one of the biggest trash talkers. Cowboys fan, always talk trash about Dak, and he always had a way of, like, one thing that I loved about him, he had a big heart, but he didn't really want to show it to the world. So he had this thing where he would always tease us of our dogs. If you don't know, we have 2 standard poodles. And yes, they are very spoiled. They are very spoiled. So he would do things like, he would tell stories about when he was a kid and he had a dog. He would say, like, we would just let him outside. We wouldn't walk over, we wouldn't pick up the poop or anything like that. He would say, like, y'all doing too much. Or the food that we will bother them, he would say, like, we just give our dogs Alpo, or throw some chicken bones out there and let them go to work. He would say stuff like that, like kind of giving us a hard time and teasing us about how we treat our dogs. But one thing that was so cool about him was, and this actually makes me feel happy, you know, we were going through the process of, you know, closing out his last things, tying up loose ends for him, you know, taking the car back and turning the keys to his place and everything like that. And when we were turning in the keys to his place, he had a notebook. He was kind of old school. He had a notebook, and he had our dogs' birthdays in that notebook. So that that meant a lot. Like, that made me happy, you know, to see that he cared that much. Like, yeah, he gave us a hard time. Yeah, he kicked our backs and teased us about how we treat our spoiled animals, but he had a big heart and he cared. He cared enough to put their birthdays down in his notebook that he had for all his favorite people. You know, he had his aunts in there, crazy about his aunts, all his grandchildren, his kids, and our dogs, our animals. So that was just one of the things that make me smile when I think about him. Things like that bring me back down to earth when I'm having a moment and I'm feeling extremely emotional, because you need that. You need that. So, you know, I just want to encourage you guys, if you're going through it, try to end on that. Try to end on those things that lift your spirits and bring joy to you. Another thing that happened, we ended up turning our father's car in. And just another story I want to share with you guys. We ended up turning our father's car in, which was hard to do. Really hard to do, because it's just the little things. You want to keep everything. You know, I kept his work sweater, I kept his work gloves. So whenever I'm doing stuff in the garage or messing around the house, I put those gloves on. They make me feel good. Or I like it cold in my office. When I'm working in here, I'll throw that sweater on if I, you know, just for those little things. But back to the story, I'm rambling a little bit. We turned his car back in because obviously he's not here to drive it. But I found myself wanting to keep his license plates, like just little things like that I can keep and have. But yeah, man, it's just a little thing. So tying this back up, I'm trying to get back on track and compose myself. I pride myself on being composed. Obviously, things like that are difficult, and for you it may be difficult as well. But again, I try to bring it back to something positive, like the story about my dogs. Him teasing us about the dogs, but still putting their birthdays inside of a little notebook to keep track of things. So that's how I bring myself back down to earth. And I just say this as I'm venting, as I'm attempting to heal. You know, I just hope it can help somebody out there, because it's rough. But just wanted to share that with you guys, had it on my heart, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I hope this helps and makes the process a little bit better for you. All right, see you guys on the next one.